Hi, this is Danny. Welcome to this week's video, part 2 of a restorative sequence. Remember, within the Restore Your Body program, there's really dynamic exercise where you go flat out doing sprint training. And then there's this sort of exercise where you're nourishing the body and getting more fluid and more grace and more ease into your muscles and bones. Both really have their significance, and I recommend you do both on a weekly basis. This is part of the restorative exercise. The overball is needed for this exercise, so if you don't have one, please order one. Play a different restorative exercise video that doesn't need a ball. You might like to watch the first 30 seconds before joining in. I'll just give you a couple of demos here. I'm going to place the ball under the pelvis. Pelvis bones at the front, underneath at the sit bones, and then more the sacrum at the back of the pelvis. And we're going to do some side swishing, which is quite nice. We're going to do some pelvic tilting, which is quite nice. We're going to bring the knees up and relax. And then we're going to think about some leg pedaling type moves, where with a single leg, we do this nice rolling type exercise for working into the hip. And depending on your flexibility, we'll keep that leg down a bit, pause, and then we can test these hamstrings of this leg by straightening and softening here. Now your arms can be by the side, there is a bit of balance involved. It's more stretchy based movements. Okay, so come to lie on your back and have the screen as best you can for where you can glance if you need a reminder of what we're up to, but I'll do my best to describe through language those exercises. So the ball is under your sacrum, middle of the pelvis there. It can be lower down, it can be a bit higher up, and that works just fine. When we come to bring both knees up, it's more specific where we have the ball. Okay, so relax here and just try a little side swish. Your knees are fairly still, but your pelvis, the middle of your body and your waist, you're moving left to right. There can even be a slight up where you go across and up slightly. So you get this little semicircular motion. It's quite nice to try that a little higher. So you can try that around the top of your pelvis more. And even a little higher still into the small of your back. Arms nice and relaxed. You can even close your eyes. Where the ball is contacting is raising awareness of that area. Upper pelvis, small of your back. You can drop your tail down a bit to arch your back over the ball. Then push into your feet and lift your tail up, little pelvic tilt. And your lower back goes towards more of a flexed position. So you're dropping your pelvis right over the ball, because the ball is quite high in the small of your back. Arching. Not dissimilar to what we're doing on a previous video with the ball between the shoulder blades, focusing on the low back and pelvis. Let's take the ball down lower to the first position, more to the sacrum, and do the same tilts. You can get more extension this time. Nice pelvic tilt. Tail comes up, sit bones come up, then push down. Literally push into the ball. Get a nice comfortable bow from your lower back, and then releasing down. Previous videos were titled Unlock Your Spine Part 1 and Unlock Your Spine Part 2, which had extension and flexion techniques. You could review those as well if you want to have a bit more spinal release. You can bring them into this video to make more like a 20 to 30 minute program for today's exercise. Okay, so if you want to take the ball out occasionally, it's quite nice. You might just like to straighten your legs out and shake your calf muscles so they gently strike into the mat. And then your feet, like windscreen wipers, just shake side to side, both together or single leg. This just relaxes all your muscles. Okay, so if you lift up, I'm going to be trying that pedaling motion. So if you're not too sure, you can watch and then join in. I'm going to have both my hands around this left shin here. Now your knee may not come in this far, as far as it can comfortably come in, just hold there. You could also have your elbows to the side to help stabilize. But the left side of your back is pretty close to the floor. It's the right leg. We're doing a nice, gentle hamstring stretch. Then you lower, more of a hip flexor stretch. Then you just bend in. And you try not to work too hard with this. Just try and go through the motion. A smaller range would be even more gentle, and a fuller range would be more taxing. So as soon as you're ready, let's join in with this. Right leg's going up towards the ground. Bending, you might even brush the mat with the underneath of your toes. There's no set breath pattern, just breathe naturally. Okay, we're going to keep the right leg down pretty straight, hands on the back of your left leg. The challenge is to take your shin, your lower leg, shin and foot behind you. Now pretty quickly your hamstring is going to start to bite a bit. Just let the leg come away from you slightly. Knee may or may not get fully straight. I'm kind of pushing the right leg away as well as the left leg straightening. Short pause, soften. Nice breathing, re-straighten. It's a little wobbly on the ball. This is fine. This is part of the exercise. Your hands could, if you've got more flexibility, go a little higher towards your Achilles tendon. Nice and easy. As with all my stretching videos, it's not a static movement. You're just pulsing gently. Even the rested leg could come in at times. If you feel my right leg was starting to feel a bit tight there, I've just bent the lower leg in, and then perhaps we'll extend both out and then release both. Nice breathing. Nice double stretch. Right hip flexors, left hamstrings, muscles that can get short if we sit a lot. Okay, we'll pause, slip the ball out, ease down for a moment, a little bit of shaking in between, and then just pause for a moment. You might have a different experience from one leg to the other. So notice, sense, felt sense of your legs. Let's balance this out by changing sides. You can either lift your bottom up first to push the ball under, or feet down to lift up, place the ball under. And again, it's about the sacrum. If the ball's too high, you'll see my back's just arching too much. If it's too low, it's not really supportive enough. So you can play with it, but it's about there. Okay, hands around the right shin area. Again, the knee may not be too close, but as best you can into the body. Left leg is gently going up, and then going to begin to lower, and then bend your knee and repeat. So your left thigh, your left hip, those muscles are getting a gentle, rhythmic movement. There's a momentary hamstring stretch, and as you lower, you get further and further down, maybe even 1 or 2 second pause, more of a hip flexor stretch before you come back. Watch out for letting the right knee come too far away and your back bowing. Keeping your back a bit closer to the floor for this sequence. Nice easy breathing. Both hands could be around that right upper shin, keeping that in. Let's lower that leg, keep it there this time, hands on the back of your right leg, and we'll add the hamstring stretch of the right leg for a few here. Softening, re-straightening. The leg might come away from the body a bit. This is fine. You can bend both knees in, remember, and extend out. Nice breathing. This is mild toning. When you stretch a muscle, it's contracting. So you are strengthening these muscles in length. It's not just flexibility. There is a strength element on a more subtle level than the standing weight-bearing strength we often do. I like to breathe out on the stretch here, extending the legs. Hands could be up towards the Achilles tendon there. Nice breathing. It's okay if the leg's further away. This is fine. Okay, about there, we'll release that back in. Ease the ball out. Straighten out your legs. Shake loose once again, shake your feet side to side, let your head move a bit. A little more shaking. Left, right, left, right, left, right, pumping your calf muscles into the mat. Okay, let's rest briefly. Your hands could flop out to the side or across your pelvis, but just lie back and bring your inner awareness, your mental focus drops into your body. We've worked on leg muscles, some flexibility work, also on the hip joints, and your pelvis and even your lower back were affected with that little sequence. It's restorative exercise, flowing and more subtle. As you bring your awareness to your legs, you can have a sense of integration between your thighs, your pelvis, and your torso. Your torso, your pelvis, your thighs. Like there's a flow and energy, a connection through there. And notice your breath coming in and out gently. Okay, so let's just increase the length of your next inhale. Hold this breath in. Slowly and fully exhale. Little pause with your breath held out. Inhale through your nose. Hold the breath. Exhale through your mouth, this time slowly and fully. Breathe as much air out as you can. Take a short pause. When you feel the impulse to breathe in through your nostrils, take a deeper, faster breath in. And then just breathe normally. Stretch your fingers and toes, wiggle, move your wrists, move your ankles. And slide one leg back up, slide the other leg back out. Little rocking side to side if you like, just to help relax your body, your neck and your back and your hips with a side rocking, both knees one way. Allow your head to move. One knee comes up, other knee comes up. You can turn to one side or roll straight up back to seated. Okay, great work. So, restorative exercise, it's relaxation exercise. You try not to work too hard. It's part of the reward of doing all the strength training and cardio training. A couple of times a week, put some videos together in the restorative category. So on the right of the website, there's 6 categories. Click on restorative. Up to 30 minutes. You can link moves together with or without the ball. But there's now 3 or 4 videos that you can use if you wanted to do a whole routine on the balls. Okay. Great, thank you very much for joining in today. Please share this video with friends and family. We'll see you online again soon. Bye for now.